Hello, this is Danny DeHeck, the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. Hope you have been subscribing to my video, especially about Luna 1. So I thought I'd better bring this whole saga to the end. And this video is actually helping people that haven't received their money back from Luna 1. And I can promise you, if you follow what I'm about to tell you, I can absolutely guarantee that you can get your money back from Luna 1. First of all, let's have a look at the picture for today. Now you can see that everyone that's grayed out, and there's a few colourful people in there. And today we're going to talk about the colourful people, and I'm going to give you a whole breakdown on how I actually got involved with fighting the Luna 1 scam. Now I don't know if you know the whole story. This video is actually going to be the majority of time of me talking. So if you like me, carry on listening. If not, check out the timestamps and shuffle off to the piece of this video that you want to. In the meantime, please do subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when new videos come out about other scams. Now, I have actually been in the New York Times, and I'm really proud of it. Actually, I think it was the 19th of November 2022. To my surprise, I got contacted by a guy that wanted to do an article on Hyperverse, and he wanted to know who took the money, who's responsible, and who the corporate is. And I said, wow, that's going to be really hard for me to give you that information. I can only tell you about the 1.5 million people at the time that were involved in it, but I can't actually pin a tail on the donkey. He said, well, that's going to be hard to get past the editor. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll tell the editor I'd like to do a story on you. So 13 weeks later and 4 Zoom meetings, David Segal, I think I got his name right, had a meeting with me, and we come up with a story about me and my journey fighting Ponzi schemes. I'm here, I'm on a mission, and my mission is to name and shame anyone that is running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. Many people may not know that I was actually brought up in a religious cult. And not that I'm a victim or anything, but at the age of 23, they kicked me out, and I was very lonely, and I lost everything, my family, my work, even where I lived. So I had to start over from scratch. But when I was in the religion, I used to believe everything they told me. And I can see amazing parallels with cult-like religions and these Ponzi schemes. I sit here and I watch people and I think, what are they thinking? Why do people put their money into these scams? With my journey in Luna 1, I have met some interesting people, and the Luna 1 family, or whatever they want to call it, a community, it's like watching the Looney Tunes show. And I want to go through the whole thing from A to Z and tell you how I originally got involved with Luna 1. Now, I have a friend that I've met through Hyperverse called Anne. And Anne said she knows this lady that's been publishing YouTube videos, and she needs a hand to get her money back from Stephen McCullah. And I said, who's Stephen McCullah? Oh, he's on the rich list, so he says, and he also is a dinosaur hunter. He actually managed, way back 11 years ago, when he was 22 years of age, to raise enough money, $29,000, in a Kickstarter campaign to actually go hunting for live dinosaurs and human-sized tarantulas. I'll say that again. He raised enough money to go hunting for live dinosaurs. This guy's amazing. Anyway, when he got to the Conga, he actually said he didn't have his paperwork in order. And then he had to, he lost all his equipment. So he decided to come back to America and then do another Kickstarter campaign and see if he can raise more money, which never eventuated to my knowledge. So in the meantime, all the people that invested their $29,000 were up in arms and said they felt that he was committing fraudulent activities. Well, that was the beginning of this young fella's journey. The next thing I heard, I saw a video that was done in 2016. and he had made a Space Invader game, saying, "We know who loves Space Invader games, don't we, Sultan?" Yes! Sultan loves Space Invader games, and he's been following it all the way along because he loves playing Space Invader games. Well, let me tell you about Sultan in a few minutes. Anyway, in 2016, he had these two lovely ladies interviewing him, and he was then trying to raise $75,000 so that he could finish off this game where people could play it and get paid real gold. Imagine that. What a game that would be. Anyway, a few years down the track, he grew up. I think he got married, had a child, all sorts of things like that. Lovely things you do. So next minute, he started getting involved in crypto, and he looked for other ways to raise money. Now, this guy has been involved in many other opportunities. Apollo currency, Apollo fintech, gold secured currency. Yes, a lot of people are being locked up at the moment for having gold-backed currency. And he's telling you that he's got this currency that is backed by gold. Only problem is the gold is still in the ground. And theoretically, every time you hear him tell his lies and his twisted truths, it's worth $2 trillion and then $1 trillion. And he's just got to get it out of the ground. And there's a few videos of him doing so with his tractor, which is even more hilarious. But anyway, let's carry on. Then we had Lunar One. But Lunar One wasn't actually owned by Stephen. He was adamant about that. He told everyone that Lunar One was not his baby. However, a long story comes short, I got a cease and desist letter from a company called Hyper Technologies, not to be mistaken for Hypertech, which is Hyperverse, which did actually make me laugh. However, in this letter, he told the lawyers that were sending me the letter that he did actually own Lunar One. But however, Lunar One was meant to be a DAO, and a DAO is basically owned by the people. But when shit comes to push, well, push comes to shit, whatever it is, he decided he would actually make it clear that he did own it. So he owns a platform called Stratus, and he also has another game called Gold Inc. And that's what that first game in 1996 has eventuated to Gold Inc. And if you go to my videos that I've done on Lunar One, you'll see that it also claims that there's 10 million or 10 billion, no, it must be million, dollars that you can actually physically get your hands on if you play this game. So only a dumb person would put money into that game hoping to get paid out. And that dumb person is actually Sultan. Now, Sultan put in over £130,000 into Lunar One and into Gold Inc. And then 3.5 years ago, he started scratching his head going, I think I've been scammed. So he spent the last 3.5 years gathering a whole lot of information about Stephen McCullah, and he wants to sue him. And he's been in a Telegram group that I've been part of for quite a long time, which I left 2 days ago, which I'll explain in the not too distant future. So let's just go through what the original scam was and why I got involved. First of all, there was a company called the Run Guys. Well, I don't know if they're a company, but there was a couple of these Run Guys who used to hang around Stephen McCullah's office, and they used to also go and have dinner with him. And they did this pump and dump thing where they promoted to everyone for 3 months solid that Lunar One was doing a pre-sale and you could buy their tokens for 15 cents each. And when they get listed on the market, they were actually going to get listed at 25 cents each. Everyone was, oh my God, that's so amazing. And all the people that didn't do their research on Stephen McCullah's history and his dinosaur hunting days and his games and all the other things he's done in the past just keep throwing their crypto into this scheme. And they all sitting there in front of the computer waiting for launch day. And then guess what happened? Boom! It got listed at 5 cents. 5 cents, not 25 cents. All the people that had been preached to by the Run Guys were sitting there with their hands in the air going, we just got scammed. They lost 80% of their money basically on one day. And that's not worse. Now the coin sits at 0.4 cents. Worthless. Everyone's lost a ton of money. So that's a true pump and dump. But never fear. What have the Run Guys done? Well, they thought it would be a good idea to do a Dear John letter video. And they told everyone that invested in Lunar One that they should never have listened to any financial advice they've given. They say it all the time. They said, we always tell people not to listen to the financial advice we give them. And also, when they're investing money, we tell them never to invest money that they can't afford to lose. And that makes it all good. So they removed all the videos. Every single video about pumping and buying these coins have gone off their YouTube channel. And they still have one video on there saying, Dear John, so sorry you listened to our financial advice. Oh, how terrible would that be if you invested? Anyway, I have never invested any crypto get-rich-quick opportunities. Actually, I lie. I did buy some Shimi Inu, and I think I made $500. Okay, I've done it once, but that wasn't. I didn't listen to anyone else's advice. Actually, I listened to a guy that lost $3.5 million when crypto crashed. He told me that I didn't know what I was doing, getting involved in crypto. So out of spite, I thought I'd buy a couple of $100 worth of Shimu Inu, and it went up. Different story. All right, stay focused. Anyway, so everyone was up in arms. The Run guys removed all their videos, and guess what? Wait, there's more. They rebranded their YouTube channel, and now they're promoting other scams. Aren't those guys lovely? All right, so that was cool. So everyone was up in arms, and no one was really listening to anyone. So then there's this guy that was in the New York Times called the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. And Anne thought it would be nice introducing me to a lovely lady called Cindy Piper. So Cindy Piper comes along, and I said, Danny's going to record a Zoom meeting, and he wants to hear your story. And then when I was recording the Zoom meeting, I said I would like to go live, and I'd like to broadcast this recording live so we can help others. Everybody was in agreement, would you believe? Yes, they were. And also, I said that I'd record a meeting. I didn't go live. And then they said, oh, we'd like to blur our faces out. And I said, look, that's fine. They said, but we weren't too concerned about it. That's fine. So out of kindness, I blurred out everyone's face that was in the Zoom meeting. And I'm telling you that for a very good reason. So anyway, we had a Zoom meeting. We put this video online, and then it sat there for a while, and then Stephen McCullah got wind of it, and he wanted that video off because he's a good law-abiding citizen and he doesn't need any bad press on the internet, right? Right. So anyway, what happened after that? Cindy received her money back from Luna One, and also her friend. Now, rumoured, I'm not sure if this figure's right, but I've heard it a few times, her friend invested $90,000. So Stephen paid back the $90,000, and Cindy got her life savings back, which was $5,000. She was gutted. She did over 30 plus videos bad-mouthing Stephen. Now, if you want to get your money back from Luna One, all you need to do is set up a YouTube channel and start putting videos out about how you were scammed. Stephen will contact you, and he will give you your money back to shut you up. Now, that's exactly what happened to Cindy's friend and Cindy, which goes by Crypto Granny. Now, she got her money back, and then she thought she'd go the extra mile. She come back into the community and started telling everyone that Stephen McCullah is not a scammer, he's a good guy. And we thought, what? How can you do all these videos saying what a dirty, rotten scammer he is? Why can you provide all these documents showing all the corruption he's done? Why can you say this guy is a fraudster? And why can you say he's committed a crime and then all of a sudden switch around and say he's an angel and he's angelic and he's a good guy? And then we thought, something's not right here. Next thing, she starts accusing me of all sorts of things, saying that I am, threatening her, asking her for money. And I'm going, what? So what happens then? What happened then? We decided that this lady had gone AWOL and she needed to be tranquilized, and we thought we'd take her away to a funny farm for a wee while. But no, she was rampant. She was all over everyone that was bad-mouthing anyone in the community. She was bad-mouthing everyone in the community that had fight her battles, which is really strange. It caused me a lot of grief. Started calling me all sorts of names, started producing videos, calling me funny names, the whole 9 yards. And I can't even remember. At one point, she even called me a pedophile. And I managed to get 5 of her videos removed of YouTube. And one of them was because of the sexually what do they call it? Sexually explicit content. I think that was the one where she said that I reminded her of a pedophile. And she's just gone to town on me. So after she started doing that, I decided to go back to the original video where she was all blurred out and change the cover on that video so you could see her face. And I thought, well, that will shut her up. It didn't shut her up. It made her more angry. She started bombarding me with messages. I tried to reason with her. I got her to the stage where she was listening to everyone's third-hand stories. And I must have spent, I don't know, I must have spent far too long. But, 6, 7, 10 hours just trying to voice message her. At one point, she apologized. She said that she was going to remove all my videos. She said that she was listening to other people's stories, and she was saying that they were saying things that I hadn't said. And we just about got back together as like amicable, and then it just goes all pear-shaped again. I totally gave up. So to date, she's done about 35 videos, except for the 5 videos that have been removed off the internet. And then the other day, she decides to go through 10 of my videos trying to get them removed. And thank you, YouTube. They left them all there because they said I hadn't breached any terms and conditions. Apparently, it's okay as you don't start calling people that saying things like they're child molesters. So that's Crypto Granny. And we've always said, she said things like the Netflix were going to do a documentary on it. She's always said that I'm trying to profiteer from her, and it's all bullshit. What actually happened when I was in the New York Times, a producer of a documentary called The Great Hack, and that was the one about how Donald Trump theoretically hired Analytica. And Analytica had a whistleblower. Anyway, that company that would produce that video wanted to come to me and wanted to know whether I'd be interested in being in another Netflix documentary they've been commissioned for. I had a meeting with somebody on the phone for about half an hour, and then I was part of an email with about 7 people in it that were involved in it, and nothing has eventuated. And I think that's because FTX have come along, and that's probably a better story. That's my take on it anyway. But anyway, watch Netflix. There could be a documentary coming out about crypto, but I don't think I'm going to be in it, but there's still a slight possibility. But never did I ever tell Cindy Piper that I was a reporter from the New York Times. Never did I tell Cindy Piper that she's going to be in a Netflix documentary with Luna One. In fact, Luna One wasn't even on the scene when I got involved with the New York Times. I just simply got an article published about my quest to name and shame anyone that is running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And the reason I do it, they asked me that, is because of my religious upbringing, and I just don't want people to be sat here and lied to. And I've made a huge difference, so I'm really proud of that. So far, I've got a document ready. We've actually, through my videos, I've had 34 people who have actually sought my assistance, and I've worked out that their combined loss is actually $377,000, and that was only from 34 people. I just had somebody else come to me tonight telling me they lost $9,000, and it seems like the average is about $10,000 that a lot of people have lost. Now, there's meant to be 1,100 individuals that had participated in the pre-sale. I'm not privy to that exact number, so it's an estimation. Now, if that is the case, that would explain why the market cap of GSX ranges of 240 to 250 million. And also, if you look at Stephen McCullah's history, he actually just keeps rebranding, rinsing and repeat, and doing the same thing over and over again. Right. Now, there is a matter that's going on in the community at the moment that I've actually backed off from. And as I said, Crypto Granny got her money back, and also her friend allegedly got $90,000 back. I don't know the figure. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it. Wouldn't be fair. But I did hear $90,000. Now, there is a guy by the name of Sultan Kassam. Now, Sultan and I were actually working together at providing and doing our own battle. Now, the battle that I talked about him doing was, I likened it to a battleship. And battleships can send off nuclear bombs and destroy scams. They also have these big friggin' guns on the ship that can blow things apart. And I'm sure that if you got on one of those ships, they would have machine guns and they'd probably shoot you down. So the community is like the ship fighting Stephen McCullah and all the scams. And we don't care what arsenal you use to just cause disruption, but we really want to stop him from starting up a new brand and doing what he's doing at the moment. So the other day, Sultan decided that after 3.5 years of battle and being called a whole lot of names, we had fake articles, we had videos being produced about us by Dan's Roads to Riches, Crypto Granny was bad-mouthing Sultan, and also there was somebody else that's also involved. I can't remember his name, but they've sent out quite a few articles. So myself personally has had around about 80 articles that Stephen McCullah has produced on the internet. He's also done about 15 videos on Dan's Roads to Riches. So if you go to Dan's Roads to Riches website, you'll see the very last one. We've managed to get that all blurred out. I'm surprising it's still online. But Stephen McCullah was messaging me on LinkedIn, and he was telling me that the things he was doing. And I've got the whole conversation in either 2 or 3, part 2 or part 3, I can't quite remember. But you can see the fake news articles that he's been producing. And he's done the same with Sultan. So Sultan was just a real thorn in his side. So it was a real surprise the other day when Sultan was putting together a case for a whistleblower company called Constantine. And then all of a sudden, about 2 weeks ago, Sultan posted a message about he's not going to put any of his messages on the community group anymore because someone has intercepted the correspondence with Constantine. And I thought, what is he talking about? Then he went quiet, hadn't seen him for a week and a half, 2 weeks. And then he messaged me. I said, Sultan, you've done a fantastic job. You've gathered all this information. Don't be disheartened about what you've done. And then he basically let it rip that he was alleging that I was the one that intercepted the correspondence with the lawyer. It blew me away. I've been working with this guy for so long that I just couldn't believe that he was accusing me of trying to upset anyone that is using the battleship to get at Stephen McCullah. So I thought I'd do this video as the end. And this is not the end. This is just the end. So I get a chance to speak. Because we did about, I don't know, 300 messages back together, and back and forth, and I just kept asking him, how much money did Stephen McCullah pay you to give it up? Now, this guy was adamant. He said that Stephen could offer me $1 million and I would never take the money. Well, it's blatantly obvious that Sultan has taken the money, and it's just amazing that he's done so. Now, personally, I don't have anything wrong with anyone taking the money once they've been scammed, but no need to badmouth people and call them a liar. Sultan, Phantom, and other community people have given me so much information. I put together a 5-hour video. Sultan said to me the other day that my video that he watched is full of lies and deceit. And I'm sitting here saying, what? And I said, give me one example of one lie that's in that video about Stephen McCullah. And he keeps saying, oh, I'm not going to play your stupid little games. And I said, give me one lie that's in my videos about Sultan. When I get messages from Crypto Granny, they're about this long. I've always told the truth. I have no reason to lie. I've never invested any money with Stephen McCullah. And I've never invested any Ponzi or scam. I just don't do that. It's not my thing. So I've got nothing to lose. I'm just here to name and shame people who are promoting or running scams. So this guy had literally turned on me. Then he starts saying things like, when I go to court, he's going to testify against me. This is what I heard today. And I'm thinking, what the hell? So let's have a look at the breakdown here. I received a cease and desist letter from Hyper Technologies from Stephen McCullah. Stephen McCullah tells me he is the owner of Luna One. In my videos, I've got a recording of Stephen saying he doesn't own Luna One, and he claims it's a DAO. Now, a DAO means that it's owned by the people. He made it absolutely clear that he has no association with Luna One other than them using his Strata platform to run it on. But in the cease and desist letter, it's quite clearly said in point 4, which is all on the internet, that he is the owner of Luna One, which is a laugh. So when I put my cease and desist letter on to the community, everyone had a field day with that. So just to reiterate, Sultan Kassam is basically saying that everything he's been doing for the last 3.5 years is just a lie. He's now alleging that Stephen McCullah isn't running a scam. I asked him, how much money did they pay you? I asked him 50 times. And he said, it's none of my business how much money they paid me. And he said his financial affairs are his business. He also said that it was his money anyway. And I'm not saying it's not your money. I'm not saying you're not entitled to get paid out by Stephen McCullah, but I am calling you out when you turn on people in the community. So I left the community that I was part of for about 4 or 5 months, and I've gathered a ton of information. So you've got Cindy Piper, who asked for my help. You can go back to the original videos. You can see that she was a nice, lovely lady asking for the help. She got paid out. She dramatically turned on me and started producing videos. Only after that point did I start not hiding her details. I got sick of her slander, her accusation, calling me a pedophile, all kinds of things. She didn't deserve to have her privacy kept. She tried to get my videos removed and failed miserably. I tried to get 5 of her videos removed off YouTube and they're all gone. And one of them has been flagged as sexually inappropriate. That's because she called me. She said, I was like her friend, get this, her friend who's a pedophile. What? Anyway, so that was quite interesting. Now we've got a couple of other things going. The scam obviously is that Luna One was preaching that they were going to release their coins on the market at 25 cents each. They did a 3-month advert using the Run guys who have now rebranded their YouTube channel and also removed all the videos that they did preaching it, and come up with a stupid thing saying that they were not offering financial advice and they were not encouraging anyone to invest anything they weren't prepared to lose. Now, if you go to the top of my YouTube channel, there's an Odyssey account. In the Odyssey account, there's a video of the Runway guys encouraging people to invest money in Luna One or they will miss out. It's a heart stopper. And you can watch that video and you can tell me whether the Run guys are lying that they do offer financial advice. And if you want to get legal, then go and hire a lawyer and ask him if it's okay to give a disclaimer that you're not giving financial advice and then carry on talking about it. It's illegal. It's a false statement. You're misleading people. And that's the other thing. If we're going down that road, look at Crypto Granny's videos. She always says that her videos are for entertainment only and not to be taken for real facts. So that might mean something, but you can't say that and then slander somebody. Obviously, she's broken YouTube's terms and conditions and been removed. They've been removed off the internet. Haven't quite got her channel taken down yet. All right, so we've got the Run guys, we've got Luna One, and then we've got Sultan, who's turned on me as well, which is such a shame because we really did have a good relationship. Now, I will tell you the story. On the 19th of November, I was in the New York Times. From that article, I have received a lot of contacts. A lot of people contact me. 2 people who did contact me were whistleblowing organizations. Can't remember the other one unless I look it up, but one of them had been going for 19 years and they had submitted, I think it was 119 or 120 cases. One of those cases they won, they managed to retrieve 200 million from a scammer, and that's how these companies survive. Constantine, I spoke to a lady by the name of Mary. She got on a Zoom meeting in November, end of November, and basically said to me that if I become a whistleblower, that if they retrieve money from these scammers, I would get a percentage of it, which sounds really good, doesn't it? Because I don't make any money on my YouTube channel. I had somebody buy me 5 coffees today on Buy Me a Coffee, and I think that's probably number 12 coffee I've ever received. I don't make money doing this. I actually make my money by doing drop shipping. That's how I make my living. So anyway, once I got on a Zoom meeting with her, and they said that they'd be happy to work with me, but if anything comes up, I needed to just keep feeding them information, and then if they liked anything I was feeding them, they would actually get me to sign a contract. Now, if I signed a contract with any of those whistleblower companies, I wouldn't be able to sign a contract with anyone else. And to date, I haven't signed any contract with any organization whatsoever. In fact, I don't want to sign up with these whistleblower companies. The idea of getting paid does sound appealing, and it does make all the energy that we put into this worthwhile. So I put Mary's contact details on my phone, And when I received my cease and desist letter from Hyper Technologies, or Stephen McCullah, I forwarded a copy to Mary, the lady that I've been talking to on the Zoom meeting, and asked her to have a look at it. And to this date, I've never received any reply from any whistleblower company. Nothing at all. No secret emails, no nothing at all. They just totally ignored me. So for Sultan to say that I had intercepted the correspondence that he has sent to Constantine, the whistleblower company, was just a real slap in the face for all the effort that I'd put into helping the community and the community helping me. To even be accused of that was ridiculous. So I reached out to him and said, look, mate, I didn't want to go down the track of the whistleblower organizations. And I didn't want to, that's not my tactic. I have got a tactic, and where I'm going, I don't need lawyers. And I don't want to sign a contract and limit what I can do. I can do stuff my way, and I've got a plan. I'm not a silly YouTuber. I don't want to limit myself by signing a contract. But the fact that he was like him using another weapon, another way of disrupting Stephen McCullah. Now, what Sultan actually said, he said one of two things happened. He reckons Stephen McCullah actually contracted Constantine, the lawyers, and told them that he's the real deal, and they backed off. Have you ever heard anything so stupid? And the other one is someone intercepted what was happening. Now, there's over 100 people in their Telegram group. It could have been any one of them. But why pick on the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger? Because I'm an easy target? Crypto Granny has already just rubbed my nose in it. And now he's saying that I'm actually publishing articles. I didn't hide Crypto Granny's blurry face. But I didn't ever agree to. Out of the kindness of my heart, I said, if you want, I can blur your face so people don't get your identity. And that's what I did on the first video. It was only after I started getting abuse hurled at me, like videos going online, that I thought, this lady doesn't give up. She never backs up. She never backed up when trying to accuse Stephen McCullah of, stealing her money. And she never backed up and changed her mind. She never wavered. She was on a mission to defame Danny de Heck for helping her. Anyway, long story short is I thought, stuff this. This lady, it's only 2 videos back where I did a video and I have put images of her so people can see. And then I thought, I'm going to try finding where this lady lives. So I went through her Facebook page, couldn't find anything. But yeah, I did have a go of finding where she lives. Not because I wanted to do anything, but I'm not saying a victim mentality, but I have done a pretty amicable job at trying to expose Stephen McCullah. Now, a video a few ones back, Stephen McCullah alleged Sultan and myself of hiring somebody, or us actually, I'm in New Zealand, Sultan's in the UK, going to his mother's house that was surplus, that she wasn't living in, and bashing in the door with a sledgehammer. So go listen to that video. And that was on Dan's Roads for Riches. And then he alleged that we were trying to get into a gated community and we couldn't get into the gated community gate. I don't know why it's so Fort Knox. And when we got, somebody walked up on us, we hooned away in a car. And that's what they actually said. Go to Dan's Roads of Riches and watch the video. It's all blurred out. You can't see much. But it was just amazing. And also, Stephen McCullah has published 80 articles, fake news articles in shit newspapers, about us. And also he's hired, Dan Roads for Riches did about 15 videos. He seemed to be getting paid to do 10 at a time. And now all those are gone. There's only one on his YouTube channel. So these videos get taken on, same pattern. So Sultan has put over 70 or 80,000 pounds into playing his Gold Ink Space Invader game. And he said to the community that he was the #1 player. He's the #1 player of the Space Invader game. Oh, wow, how powerful. And he's got a bit of a swagger going on about him. And he's real proud that he's the #1 player of the Space Invader game. So I thought that was quite interesting. Anyway, Stephen thought, I know how to stop him. I'm gonna seize all his accounts so he can't have access. Oh, you can't do that. I can't play my Space Invader game. I need my Space Invader game, he says. So anyway, what did he do? Wow, he started getting legal. legal. He started gathering all the information he's been talking about the last 3 years, and he started building this big case, and then he submitted it to the big lawyers, Constantine, and they come back and they read through all his notes, and oh, look at that, oh, look what Stephen's threatened to do terrible things to people, oh, Stephen's made false claims here, and oh, Stephen's done all sorts of things. No, we're not interested in taking in your case. We don't think we're going to get any money back from it. If there's no money from Stephen McCullah, remember he's on the rich list? No, we can't see him on the rich list. Oh, he's got $1 trillion worth of gold. No, it's still in the ground, mate. Oh, okay then. Oh, that's no good. So Sultan then got refused, and he's got a swagger about him. He got refused. He got refused. I do not settle for refused. Do you not know who I am? I'm Sultan Kassam. I play Space Invaders for a living. And anyway, so he's real pissed off about that. Then he goes, I'm going to keep my, what do you call it? Prestige. I better turn my notifications off, I think. I'm going to keep this story up. Hold it. Do not disturb. Let's go to recording. So anyway, so he's all upset. So then he thinks, I know what I'll do. I'll blame Danny to heck. I'll say he intercepted it all. Okay, good. Well, you've got no proof about that, bucko. And you don't know the truth. You're telling me that my 5 hour and 47 minute video I did about Stephen McCullah is all full of lies, but you haven't given me one lie. And then you go back, and I think another message you come up with saying I didn't blur out Cindy Piper's face. Mate, everyone wants to blur out her face. All right, go back to the original video, press play, everything's blurry. That was the first video I did. Look at the second video I did, and she's still blurred out. So I don't know where you get that from. And if you go to the video I did 2 videos ago, which is like 2 months later, or maybe 8 weeks, is that the same? I think it is. You'll see that I gave up at the end, and she did not deserve any privacy after she'd put my name on the internet multiple times and called me a pedophile. Oh, my God, it's shocking. Anyway, all right, so let's go back to Sultan. Sultan has turned on he hasn't turned on the community. I got sick of all the insults and I left the community. This might sound a bit strange if you're not used to following the sagas of the Lunar One, but it's seriously like the Looney Tunes show, I tell you. All right, so now I've got another bit of information that you may not know. Now everyone's saying, oh, are you sure that Stephen's actually running a scam? Well, Stephen has his own country called the United Allied States, and he got voted in by 2 congressmen. They had 3, 1 said no, and 2 said yes, so he just got in. And he is actually literally telling people that he's looking for pilots for the military that he has. And he's also got a whole country, and he said the United Allied States is already using his platforms and his money gateways and the whole 9 yards, and he thinks that many other countries will also be using his technology, hyper technology. If you're a country, if you're Australia, if you're America, if you're Canada, if you're UK, if you're the Netherlands, or you're Fiji, what else have we got? If you're Italy, contact Stephen McCullah, because he's got the software that's going to run your country. And if you don't know how to contact him, really hard to find how to contact him. I had his phone number, disconnected, or he's cut me off, I don't know. But anyway, I used to correspond with him on his phone number. He used to come on to, what do they call that thing, Telegram, and message me, and then he used to delete all his messages. And if you go through my video shorts, you'll see those deleted messages and him doing it in real time. The guy is disgusting. Anyway, I do think there's a little bit of truth to what Stephen is trying to accomplish. Now, I spoke to another company called Super One, and the owner of that company has been defrauding people for years. And he told me that he doesn't like multi-level marketers. However, he's using them for what they call crowdfunding. And I believe that Stephen is using pump and dump to build what he's really trying to build underneath it all. And that's called Knox Wire. Now, Knox Wire is sort of like a payment gateway. He's trying to set up a crypto-based payment gateway where at the moment, if you go to some of the shantytown shops, you will see people holding up signs saying that they are one of Knox Wire. Well, what do they call it? GOX. I think it's the gold secured currency he's trying to set up. Now, Knox Wire is basically the backbone of what's actually runs it. Now, if you want to go through my videos, you'll see that Stephen Now, you know WordPress, okay? So imagine owning WordPress, the software that people use to develop their website. Well, there's open source software out there for people to use to build their crypto stuff on. So what Stephen thought he'd do is use 75% of open source software to build his own company back end and then sell that software to other people like he owned it. And the company that made the open source software decided to send him a cease and desist letter three times, and he ignored it and he got fined. I don't know how much he got fined, but it was thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for using their code without the authority and trying to on-sell it. So what do? Oh my God. Stephen's going, oh my God, what am I going to do now? I don't know. I know what I'll do. I'll hire a programmer. That programmer he hired was called Cliff. And I can't say his name properly, so let's see if my computer can read the name. Here we go.
Clifford Niemand.
Clifford Niemand. Not that hard, Danny. Clifford Niemand. Well, he was the main developer. And he was working for Stephen for quite a few years. I think 2.5 years. And he was a coder. Anyway, one day, Clifford thought that he'd ask Stephen for his money. And Steve goes, oh, I got no money, mate. I'm in the rich list, but I got no money to pay you. Clifford said, well, if you, mate, I want money or I'm stopping working. I'm not working because he's the coder behind Knox Wire. So what did Cliff do? Well, Cliff said, stuff you, mate. Oh, they can't use that on the internet. Stuff you, mate. I'm leaving. Unfortunately, I've been trying to communicate with Cliff and we nearly had a conversation set up with him, but it didn't eventuate. Of course, Sultan says that I did have a meeting scheduled with him, so the meeting happened. And I had to explain to Sultan the meaning of the word schedule doesn't actually mean we had a meeting. It's completely different. So he had a scheduled meeting for 9 o'clock the following day, and I've got that on my phone with Clifford, but Clifford never contacted me, and I've sent him messages, and unfortunately, he's just ghosted me. But why I wanted to talk to Clifford was he was Stephen McCullah's manager. And he was the office manager and kept all the office going. Now, unfortunately, Clifford went through a marriage breakup, left Hyper Technologies and moved away from the town where they were building this code, which is very sad. And I know what that's like to go through and it's not good time. So in one of the videos, you might see Stephen, I think it was one of my videos, Stephen saying that he's having problems with staff and they're getting sick. What he was meaning was he's talking about Clifford in that bit, and Stephen was mentally ill because he's going through a lot of grief at the moment. And just recently, Stephen is actually hired 6 people to theoretically replace Cliff. Now, Cliff owns the code. Cliff doesn't want to give Stephen the code that runs Knox Wire. So basically, Stephen now needs to come up with a whole lot of more stalling tactics to come up with code so they can build this payment gateway that he keeps raising capital to run. That's my take on it. Now, I could be wrong. I don't get the facts sent to me by Stephen McCullah, but that makes a lot more sense than Stephen owning a real country and being the president of the United Allied States. It makes more sense than having $1 trillion worth of gold. Now, Stephen, if you watch my videos, is talking about actually setting up a visitor center at the mine where people can come along and test machinery and watch explosions. That's going to be exciting. But he's even got pictures of the visitor center where people can actually do this. But there's no evidence of these mines. They don't exist. And then, but what he alleges he's going to do is he's going to mine for gold. And then the people that invest in the gold company could theoretically get paid 50% of the profits after expansion and machinery, which means he can keep on expanding that company for 10 years before he actually made any profit. And I don't know about you, if you go and add up all the mines in South Africa, the claims that Stephen is making, he's going to be the #1 mine in the world because no other mine has made the money that he's claiming that he's going to make. So I think, so I've got Clifford's phone number here. If anyone wants it from me, just message me. We'll post a comment. I'm happy to post it. But I'd love to contact Clifford because Clifford Niemand is actually an interesting fella who's been an inside connection with Steve and the office. The other really interesting thing to do is they tell us that they have a virtual world or a metaverse. Now, if you're familiar with Facebook, yeah, they had spent $15 billion building a metaverse. And due to lack of take-up or interest, they have decided to lay off 11,000 staff. Now, I went through LinkedIn and I tried to find Lunar One and Hyper Technologies, and as far as I could see, I could only ever count 25 people. So my recommendation to you, Stephen, is go knock on the door of Mark Zuckerberg and tell him that you know how to do things better than him with less staff, because you will save him a ton of money. And no doubt you are a pathological liar, and I'm sure you could convince Mark Zuckerberg that you know how to run a big company like Facebook better than he does. So that's basically it. So I really wanted to have a rant. I'm absolutely disappointed in Sultan. The fact that he's turning on me is just shocking. The fact that he's telling me all the videos that he's fed me information with and the other people in the community is all a bunch of lies. But once again, he can't actually give me an example of any lies that I've said about Sultan. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go into workshop mode, which is this mode here. And these are my notes that I've got. And you're more than welcome to take a screenshot of that. I'll move my head out of the way. And you can read all the information I've got. I've got the amount of money. And this information here has been gathered for a company that actually is above lawyers. And they hopefully will take Stephen out of the picture with the information. And they will be requesting information from me. So this is my file I have on Stephen McCullah. I have letters from Martin Kingsbury, and does seem that Martin Kingsbury may have received money. So if we just go back to the background, Martin's the one with a question mark on it. Now, why I've put the question mark on Martin is hopefully I'm not sure where he's at with all this going on, because I'll just go back to workshop mode, is because he had a YouTube channel and he had about 90 followers, and he was adamant at exposing Stephen McCullah. In fact, he was publishing a video just about every day. He was also messaging me saying he's starving for ideas and to give him some inspiration on different videos he did. He also had a Facebook page, and he was great. I was sharing my content on his Facebook page. His YouTube channel now has 1 subscriber, and I don't know how to stop people unsubscribing to your YouTube channel. Please don't do it. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell, you'll be notified when new videos come out. I'm getting good at saying that. But he's only got 1 subscriber, so I can only assume he took down, lost his YouTube channel, and he put his videos back, but he hasn't put all the videos back. And I know what that's like as a YouTuber, because you don't always keep a backup. So that's true. However, I've tried to reach out to Martin and I haven't heard anything back from him. And I'm starting to come to the conclusion that he may have actually received a payout or his money back from Stephen McCullah. And if that is the case, Martin, and you want to just quietly sneak away, I have no problems with that whatsoever. But I just wanted to say thank you for not joining in and throwing stones at people that have been fighting this battle against Stephen McCullah. I mean, Sultan, with his hand on his heart, he knows that Stephen McCullah is a dirty, disgusting scammer, and he, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to pile in £130,000 to Stephen and then spend 3 years of his life moaning and bitching about his silly decision he made, and then all of a sudden receive a payout from Stephen McCullah and do a turncoat and just turn into a different person and then start abusing someone for something they haven't done. And it's just ironic listening to Sultan Kassam, whatever your name is, because it's exactly the same what Crypto Granny did. And it's like there's a template on how to treat a YouTuber that's been helping you fight your battles. When you get what you want, you shit all over them. Now, Martin, I don't know if he has received any money from Stephen McCullah, but I know that Sultan got close to getting Stephen McCullah in a whole pile of shit. And Stephen McCullah ain't stupid, and I'm sure he's got more money than a bull could shit. So I'm sure that the opportunity to pay off Sultan would have been a better solution than letting a team of lawyers go after him. And it's a sad day when the lawyers said they didn't want to take on his case. There also is a couple of other theories that I haven't ran by. And the fact is that when these lawyers wanted me to sign a document They said that I wouldn't be able to sign a document with any other lawyer. I would have to stick with them. And also they said to me that they wouldn't want me to talk to anyone about my findings, and I'd have to basically shut my mouth, and it would make it hard for me to do these YouTube channel videos. So I never got a contract put in front of me. I've never had any correspondence with these lawyers. However, I do feel that if the lawyers had taken on the case with Sultan, he would have needed to come up with some exit strategy to keep face and to keep a swagger about him, because he's such the man, the powerful man. No one does it to me. Let me play my Space Invader game. I'll play my Space Invader game. Don't let me interrupt me. Because he sent me a message basically saying he's going to delete his Telegram account. It seriously is like he's actually he's given his Telegram account to Stephen, Stephen McLeod, whatever his name is, I'm forgetting his name. But anyway, what I'm sort of saying, it's something's not right, and I don't know the full story. But at the end of the day, Sultan's called me quite a few bad, abusive names. I don't deserve that sort of treatment. I'm serious. I don't have any agenda. I'm totally transparent. I just think it's amazing that somebody can fight a battle for 3.5 years, make statements like he wouldn't sell out for $1 million. It doesn't matter how much money he got paid by Stephen McCullah, and then obviously he claimed that it's none of my business to know how much money he's been paid out by Stephen. None of my business how much money, not if he got paid out. No much, he's telling us he's got paid out. He lost access to his Space Invader game. He had 20 accounts. He was the #1 player in the world. You're the man. And now he has full access to that. He's removed all his YouTube videos. You make your own conclusion, but I ain't done nothing. But as for Martin, I wish you all the best, mate. I don't mind if you never contact me again, but do reach out to me somehow. I'll keep it confidential. I'd love to know how much you got paid, and if you got paid more than you put in, because Cindy Piper, she got to keep the tokens. So she got the money back. Now, the reason why she claims she got the money back is because they bought these tokens in a pre-sale, but she never got delivered the tokens. And many, many, many people, the 34 people I have on file that are willing to testify in court if ever it comes to that, well, probably 33 actually, because one of those people was actually Sultan. But he put £130,000 into a scam. What a dupe. Anyway, so he's put £130,000 into a scoop. And these people are willing to testify in court. And while we're on that subject, I'm going to go on a bit more. The court thing is funny because I had this lady on my Telegram group. Now, my Telegram group, I've only got one Telegram group. People are telling me, have you got multiple Telegram groups? That's because people don't know how to use Telegram. When you set up a Telegram group, you can create different topics. Now, I create a different topic for each Ponzi scheme or scam that I'm busting at the time. So when people will go on there and talk about wewe.Global, they can post in the wewe.Global topic. And if it's Hyperverse, Hypernation, Hyperfun, Hypercapital, Hypercosmos, or wewe.Global, or any new scams, I have different topics in all those. And I currently have over 250 people in my Telegram group, twice as many as the group I just left that are trying to bust Stephen McCullah. The other one I must say while I'm here, there was a guy calling himself Danny DeHeck. And he was around on Telegram and he posted in my own Telegram group. I've got people impersonating the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. I should take it as a compliment. If you're trying to figure out whether my account is me or some other scammer, just look at my name. It's actually Danny DeHeck. This one had Danny DeHeck FX at the end of it, which is really strange. But just a side note there, just to warn people. So what am I trying to say? I'm just trying to say that I haven't intercepted any lawyers. In my industry, I don't expect not to get any bruises. And I quite enjoy investigating people. And as you can see, the investigation that I've got on Stephen McCullah is pretty impressive. I've got videos, I've got all the video clips, and all I need to do is click a button called share. And I just need to put somebody's email address in this in there, and I can actually send this information. And you can see I've already got a few people who have privy to this information. So you can figure out who that is, Stephen, if you want. But the other one is, this is nothing. This is just on Stephen McCullah. If I go into Luna 1, this here will show us the story that I'm telling you right now. This will show us all the crypto addresses that they use for transferring their money around. I've got their full terms and conditions. I've got PDFs. But probably the most exciting part would probably just going back to the founders, probably going back into Stephen McCullah's profile. And then if you go into screenshots, you can see that I've actually got every single, every single screenshot that actually has been ever given to our group. I must get this right. It doesn't quite fit. That's it. There we go. Snug as a rug and a bug in a rug. But you can see every single screenshot that I have been given right through to them, starting up their Verse Bank, everything. So I'm quite proud of the database I've got and the history. I've even got their fake money that they've made for the United Allied States, everything. So that database there that you're looking at is enough to condemn Stephen McCullah as committing fraud or money laundering or also making false claims. Those three things is what people get locked up for. And I'm really proud of that list. So I don't need any other information. Hence why, if you have a look at the background, it says The End. And this is number 8. The only video I'm probably going to do from now on is one that will tell you what happens if you decide at the age of 23 to go hunt live dinosaurs and use other people's money to do a holiday in the Congo. I mean, Stephen McCullah, you know, do you remember years ago, I was talking to a friend when I was out running this morning, and I said to him, remember when people could do silly things like that and people would just pay to support it? There was a website called Pixel, and you could buy 1 pixel or 2 pixels, and they were like $100 each. And then when you get your mouse and you click on that 1 pixel, it would pop up with advertising. And the guy that started that made well over $1 million from this one page that had all these pixels on it. It was a brilliant idea, but people supported that. So when Stephen was young, it was probably about 12 years ago, he thought, I know what I'll do. He's not a dumb fella. I'll start up a Kickstarter, I'll start up a Kickstarter campaign, and I will tell people I'm going to hunt for live dinosaurs. And let's just see who donates. And would you believe people started donating? And when you go into that Kickstarter campaign, you can see that there was a few sporting shops that actually were using what he was doing as advertising. So then he thought, well, I better go through with it. Went to the Congo and then got all his luggage stolen and didn't have his paperwork in order. Then he thought, hey, this is quite good. Let's go back and start this all again. So this guy is used to using other people's money to get what he wants. I don't know the relationship he has with his father, Bob, but Robert, we have actually tried reaching out to him. We've even, when I got my cease and desist letter, I actually went through every aspect, everyone that was telling me that he was a scammer. I went and found, I think, 15 or 20 different videos of people saying that he has scammed them. Now, I know it's a long video, watching somebody's video for 4 hours and 47 minutes. And it's what I call a video that is a cornerstone video. And if you go and look at video 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, it is actually that 5-hour video that you can watch. Now, what I'm going to do, just to show you guys how it works. So if you want to go to my YouTube channel and hit subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Now, I'm just going to show you how it works so you know how to get through my videos. Now, if you do any research on YouTube channels, what I do is long form content. And that's what I specialize in. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Danny. So if you get to here, you'll see, I'm just going to get sidetracked for a minute and tell you a little bit about some of the videos I've been doing lately, which is quite exciting. Stephen Kondos is a guy that is a New Zealand and Australia country manager for wewe.Global. And they come here to try to scam some people out of their money. And they had a seminar set up in the Novotel Christchurch Airport. We actually managed 6 hours before that event was going to happen. we actually managed to get it flagged by the FMA. I've got some other people that helped me, and we all submitted to the FMA that they were running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. They got flagged. I had the joy of ringing up a guy by the name of Stephen McCullah and telling him that I was going to go along to the event, but now I'm scared of going to the event. And we managed to get the big guy, Diego. If you look up wewe.Global, you'll find Diego is the global ambassador for wewe.Global. Now that's a $250 million scam. They claim they brought in $255 million in August alone. So it's massive. It could be up to $1 billion. Who knows? But managed to stop the global ambassador coming to New Zealand. He held the plane up as he managed to tell them that he can't go, and they took his bags off the plane. Can you imagine that? Imagine going through everyone's bags looking for a guy that decided in the last minute wouldn't be a wise idea to go to New Zealand. That's what the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger can do. Yes. Long story short, that video is a goodie, so I'm proud of that one. Obviously, 7K medals, actually quite interesting, that one. You might be surprised. There's 3 ways of making money, and it's not really a scam, but I report it as a scam, and there's a reason why. But anyway, as you go down here, you can see video 6, video 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The first video that you look at is actually me letting you get introduced to Stephen. The second video is basically, that's the video there. Number 2 is the one you want to watch. But that's the video where Stephen admits that he's having staffing issues. And that's when Clifford Niemand had actually left. And videos of his own that aren't on my YouTube channel, which you'll find on my Odyssey account, are him saying that he's replaced him with 6 new people, but now he's got no code, so he'll be coming up more stalling tactics. But anyway, then 3 was Cindy Piper, and if we ever did do a Netflix documentary, I don't know who the hell is going to play her. Number 4 was showing you about the run guys and how they actually, and also we used John McAfee and how they were, paid influencers to pump these coins. And obviously they've got in that photo, if you can see it close enough, you can actually see them all out for dinner. And I've got videos of them actually in the office together and all that sort of stuff. So there's a few other videos in between. Number 5 was basically my reply to the cease and desist letter. And there's a whole lot of evidence in there that I show, including Sultan's video that he did. Now he's taken off the internet and changed his mind. What an idiot. And then you've got number 6, which is where Steve actually, you listen to a 20-minute lie and you get to feel Stephen as a pathological liar. And I think I actually had another one up here. Yeah, I did. This was where the pathological liar actually says that I actually broke into his house, his mother's house, and Sultan and I bashed in the front door. That's why I'm so upset about Sultan, that he's been such a pal at exposing Stephen, to even come back and say that any of my videos have false information. And it's just a real slap in the face for me. And it's a shame. But hey, I don't want to be victim mentality, because Crypto Granny will publish another video like she did this morning. Go over and listen to that one. Listen to the lies. But what I want to do is I want to go all the way back to, here's a video where Sultan has actually come on the video with Tracy, and he's talking about what a dirty scumbag Stephen McCullah is. So go have a look at that one. That was 2 months ago. And here he is right there in person on a Zoom meeting telling us how bad Stephen McCullah is. Now he's telling us everything he said in that video is a lie. You work it out. So you could go down here a bit more. And there's the original video. So this is 3 months ago. I started doing Lunar 1 videos. And as you can see, and I'll show you guys, because here's Cindy Piper. Now the only thing I've done is I've literally changed the cover of that video. I can't edit the photos. I can't blur them. Well, I can blur them out, but I didn't need to. But if we go into this video, you can actually watch the whole video unfold. I won't turn it off. Hello, welcome along. I'm Danny. But if you go along to, I think around about, I'll find somewhere. Okay, so here we are here. So when I was recording this video, these are all the videos that Cindy Piper has done about me, and this is old information. No, these are the videos that she's done about Steve McCullah, and now all that's been ripped off. But I think this is, I'm just trying to find a bit, so sorry if you're not excited. Now, I do put timestamps in these videos normally, so you can go to the description, and I'm going to show you how that works in a second. But this is the content. This is what I did. So this is the people talking. And you can see they're all blurred out. Now she's claiming the only reason that she is actually all up in my face is because I didn't blur out her face. It was only until I did these other videos. Where did we do the next video where she got all up in hands? I don't take my videos. So here's one about Stephen McCullah, lies and corruption. And this is the 4 hour and 47-minute video. And I'll use this one to show you how timestamp works. So here I am talking about Crypto Granny. And see, there's a cartoon picture over there. So that's not her. But if I go down to here and I click on show more, and then you scoot to the bottom of the videos, you get what you call chapters, and you can click view all. And then when you're on the video, you can go down here and you can go to certain parts of the video. So in here, you can see Martin Kingsbury letter, you've got bullshit, you can see correspondence from Natalie, who's meant to be the legal, you can see the fake news articles, threatening claims, paid influence, the runway guys, my story about why I do this, and then here's Crypto Granny. So let's go into Crypto Granny's information, and you can see this is her. I've blurred her face out, and I haven't actually, no, it didn't last long, did it? Is it back here? So you can see this is the video that I used. And now you can't tell me that you can recognize this lady, but ever since this was when she was bad-mouthing me and giving me a hard time. Now, I can't wait to see the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. And if we let's go to Dan's Roads to Riches, you'll see Dan's Road for Riches. You'll see this video here. Now, Dan's Road for Riches literally pays for his traffic because he doesn't get anyone... he doesn't actually get anyone commenting on his videos. Well, he makes them uncomment. It turns the comments off. But when his videos go live, they always go out with 3,000 to 4,000 views within 24 hours, and then they just cease to a halt. And I've got videos on how you pay for traffic. So this guy is obviously... So this guy's had all his videos whacked off, and he's talking about how I mentioned about here, and you can see the very similar video in the background there that I've got there at the moment, except I've updated some of the pictures. And that's basically how that works. And then you've got, what have you got? You've got Crypto Granny. So how do you spell that? I think she's Crypto. There is another Crypto Granny, but she's obviously impersonating her. She's an Australian lady. Maybe that one there. And if you go to, oh, there she is there. So this is the lady who says that she's done nothing to, that I deserve everything I get. So you can see I've already had 5 of her videos removed, and she's tried to remove all of my videos and not been successful getting any of them removed. But if you go through here, you can see she's mentioned me in all these videos, and that's quite funny. And then the other one, which I'm real upset about, is I'm hoping that if you go for Luna 1, there should be one called Fraudulent Luna 1. And that was Martin Kingsbury. And I think his videos have just fallen to the wayside now because something happened where... yeah, so his videos seem to have actually dropped right off. I don't even know how to find them now. But that's a real shame because he had a brilliant YouTube channel. And as I said, I'm sort of out. I don't know what's happened to Martin. I do hope that he is okay, and I do hope he has got his money back. But his YouTube channel has either been removed or I can't find it. But the nice thing about Martin, he was a real good fella, and I presume he wouldn't have agreed to slander me as the way goes on. So here we go. All the information I need to do whatever I need to do to get him off the streets, I've got. And if you want to give me any information that leads to any scam or any scheme that you've been part of and you want to dob somebody in, if you go to my Contact Us page on my website, I actually have a form where you can supply information anonymously. So what I do need from you is your name, your email address, and your username if you're using Telegram, because often, or WhatsApp, because often I get messages from people I've been chatting to and I don't recognize their real name, but I do need it, your phone number, and where you live, because there's 5 countries that that we can really, who take fraud seriously. And if you are in one of those countries, we can probably do something about it. But if you're not, then it's a waiting game. So yeah, so give me the name of the Ponzi scheme and your sponsor's detail. Who got you involved in it? Tell me as much as you can. Give me your them Facebook pages. Give me their phone numbers. Give me their email address, and I'll research them. I add them into my database. It's really cool. I want to know when you invest the money, how much money you invested. I don't want to know how much money you were owed because of the investment. I just want to know how much you put in. And it gives me an idea how big these scams are. And then we can build a case and get these people off the street. Alrighty, so I'm Danny DeHeck. I'm the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I want to sort of give myself some closure. I do have a Telegram group, which is, if you go to my About Us section on my YouTube channel, you can actually find it. And if you go to the top right-hand side of my YouTube channel, you can actually see links to my website, also my Odyssey account. And in my Odyssey account, I put all the videos that are a bit dubious that might get removed from YouTube, and I put them in there. So there's a lot of videos like the Runway guys. I mean, I just can't believe those guys and what they've done, you know, to pump something for 3 months and tell everyone to invest, and then remove all the videos, rebrand their YouTube channel, and then publish a video telling everyone that they weren't giving investment advice, and then obviously telling people only to invest in what they can afford to lose is the dumbest statement I hear people saying, and they should be held accountable. I don't care what anyone says. These guys cannot stand here and give you financial advice and put a disclaimer up. Cindy Piper, otherwise known as OG Crypto Granny, is her username. She's out there telling people that all her videos are for entertainment purposes only. And so was Martin Kingsbury. He was producing videos. Martin, his videos are still online last time I found his YouTube channel, but unfortunately, he's removed a bit of his content for some reason. I don't know why. I've reached out to him. I even rang his office on Monday morning, and they said that he's on holiday for a week. So I'm hoping to hear back from him. I've got no hard feelings about him unless he starts bad-mouthing. But I tell you what, the man with the biggest swagger, he's probably got a grill and he's probably got a gold necklace wagging his tail as he walks around the UK, has to be Sultan Kassam. Now, Sultan and I were quite tight, and Sultan was so adamant that he would not sleep with the devil. Well, you guessed it. He's bending over why Stephen McCullah is doing a piss take out of him. And I think that's disgusting. I have no problems whatsoever with Sultan getting his money back, but he doesn't have any reason to badmouth me or to accuse me of publishing videos with false content. If you've got the time and you want to call me out, by all means, let's get on a Zoom meeting. Let's talk about it. Let me show you why I come up with the conclusions I have about Stephen McCullah. Not just because I've been fed information by Sultan, but there was a fantastic community that has been gathering information for the last 4 or 5 years about the scams that Stephen McCullah has been running. Now, Stephen, you can't do anything to stop me. I've got another agenda. I am a YouTuber, and if you think I'm doing these videos just for clicks, I make about $100 a month. Today, someone bought me 5 cups of coffee, $25. They bought because I gave them some advice on how they could potentially get their money back. So, in conclusion, I know how to get your money back from Stephen McCullah. First thing you do is you start a YouTube channel and you put on a video every day and you claim that Stephen McCullah is a dirty, lying, disgusting individual. You don't need to make any lies up. Just tell it the truth. Tell him your story. Tell him that you watched one of his paid influencers, the Runway guys. You watched them for 3 months. This is what you do. You tell him you watched the Runway guys for 3 months, telling everyone that they should buy coins in the pre-sale. Then, on the day that the coins were released, you tell Stephen that you did not have access to your coins that you bought in the pre-sale so you could sell them on market day even if you wanted to. Because what he was doing, he was holding the coins, not letting people sell them because he knew that if it got released and they got dumped on the same day, it would crash. So he held back just about thousands of people's coins. And you tell him that you were one of those people. You never received the coins in the drop that they alleged, right? And then even if you wanted to sell these coins that were dumped on the market at 5 cents each, when you were told by the runway guys that he employed as influencers, who he was having dinners with, who he's doing, who he had in his office. We've got videos of them walking around in the office of Luna One. They were right in it with them. They would have got paid. John McAfee, the McAfee's virus guy, he was promised a whole lot of tokens. And when he went to cash out his tokens, he couldn't get them off the platform. He put this tweet out telling Stephen, if you don't release the coins, I'm going to bring you down just like I help you climb up when you were producing, pumping your other coins. These guys do it time and time again. They need to be stopped. So the runway guys promoted it. You never receive your coins. This is what you tell them, right? And then you start doing videos. Tell people your story. Put them on the internet. And then you join a Telegram group where you tell everyone, oh, how sad for me. I lost all my money. And then everyone will rally around and help you and give you all this information about what a dirty, rotten scammer he is. And then Stephen will knock on your door and he'll say, hey, how you doing? Yeah, g'day. I see that you're about to do, you've hired a lawyer. Because that's the other thing. Sultan didn't just go to Constantine, the free lawyers. He went to his lawyer as well. And his lawyer sent a letter to Stephen McCullah's Hyper Technologies. And he also received a copy of my cease and desist letter. So he knew what they were writing. And I also gave him a copy of the letter I replied to with these lawyers. So he was armed up with enough information to go to his own lawyer and also over here to the whistleblower lawyers. So there's no doubt about it, something happened. Now, Stephen McCullah freaked out. He started pissing his pants. He started crying like a little schoolboy. Oh no, that's Sultan. I get them mixed up. Anyway, so he paid Sultan off. Sultan took the money and then, hey mate, how about if you start bad-mouthing that Danny DeHeck guy? Yeah, we need to get his videos off. Well, you're not going to get them off, Stephen, by bribing me. I don't want your dirty, disgusting money. I will not settle for $1 million. Oh no, that was Sultan. I'm never going to give it up until that guy's in bars. Oh, that's Sultan. What a twerp. What a twat. Sultan, you are a scammer. You're the scammer. You're disgusting. Oh, I've got the other funny part. I've got to tell you one more bit. I got a message from a random lady, which is actually Crypto Granny, on my own Telegram group. And she gives me this screenshot of how the lawyers are plotting a case against Danny DeHeck. And I'm looking at this Telegram group and it's called New Zealand Legal. And she's going, look, they're talking about you in here. Are you shit brains for what? Do you really think a lawyer company is going to set up a Telegram group that people from the public can go in and see and watch them discussing their case? And then you're going to give me a screenshot of it telling me that I'm going to court. Are you mental? I'm never going to court with Stephen One, Luna One. That is ludicrous thinking. It's not because, and then you're alleging that they have a reason to take me to court. What crime have I done? And in what country do I live? Now, first of all, how that would play out is they would need to hire a local lawyer. Oh, they've already done that. And then I write back to the lawyer and I go, look at all the evidence I've got on Stephen McCullah. I think you better give your client some advice that he would be stupid to go to court. Because first of all, I've got Stephen McCullah telling us he owns $2 trillion worth of gold. We've got statements from him saying that he was in Forbes rich list. We've got statements in there saying he's the president of the United Allied States. We've got screeds of information about your Kickstarter campaigns, about how you were hunting for live dinosaurs and human-sized tarantulas. I can't even say it properly. And then we've got other schemes like your friggin' gold ink game, where you're claiming that people can play a game and receive real gold. That's never happened. And I've got threats where you were going to threaten Phantom, and you were asking this Russian guy, I think he's in the picture. The Russian guy is the guy with the camera, and there's also another guy in the bathtub who was sending messages to the lady laying over. I'll tell you, you should study that picture on the thumbnail if you ever get a chance. But anyway, all this stuff that I've got against Stephen, when I sent my reply to the lawyer, because I didn't reply. Oh, the timeline's really important too. I received the cease and desist letter on the 25th of December. I sent a copy off to the whistleblower company to see what they would think about it on the 24th. And I've never heard back to this day. But anyway, I had 7 days to get my videos off the internet, or they were going to sue me for losses of $100,000. And they lost 100 million. That's right. Because Stephen had this deal he's got companies coming out his ears, throwing money at him because his platform is so amazing. But theoretically, Sultan, myself, and Phantom made this deal fall over for $100 million with fast cash. And I was responsible. And the lawyer said, because I made that deal fall over, they're going to make me liable for the money. And I was meant to sit there and piss my pants like a little boy and go, oh my God, how the hell would anyone get me in court? What, are you going to drag me to the USA and take me to court? Mate, I watch Judge Judy. I watch every single episode of Judge Judy. There's no way any judge in their right mind is ever going to let you take a YouTuber to court because he called you an idiot, a dirty, disgusting scammer. And like, Sultan, are you thick? Do you really think that Stephen's going to ask you to come and testify in court? What are you going to tell the judge, you dumbass? Jesus Christ. And I ain't got no fear. I've got no reason to even be worried that the fact that I'm going to court. All I've done is the secret to doing these YouTube videos is telling the truth. You report the information that other people give me. And that's what you do. Cindy, when she writes me messages, they're that long. And I write back little wee messages like that saying, I don't care. You don't know the facts. It's just ridiculous. And I tell you what, honestly, it's like the Looney Tunes show. I mean, look at the people. Look at them. These are all people that are involved in the scam. The only one that I'm not sure what's going on with is my dear friend, and I'm saying dear friend, Martin Kingsbury. I just haven't heard from him. I'm not sure what's going on. And I do hope that you have been paid out and you've got your money back because you did a valid effort. And so did Sultan. There's no doubt about it. You know, he won't tell me how much money he got paid, but he won't deny that he got paid. He's either coming up with an exit strategy so he might have signed a contract with the lawyers that he needs to keep quiet and he needs to get out of the community. That could be one strategy. But he told me it was his financial affairs were none of his business. And he also said that the money that he received was his anyway. And I don't deny that for a minute. But what sort of twit would actually put £130 into a company like Luna One or Apollo Currency? I mean, did you really put 70 or 80,000 pounds into a Space Invader game? And then what really got you pissed off is when you got your game taken off you. So then you decided to go to court and gather all the information and hire these whistleblower companies. And you rang them up and they said, oh, we'd like to know about your case. Did you know there's a reward? If you submit a case and we get money back, if they get over $1 million, you can get $300,000 of it. 50% of that money goes to the lawyers and the rest of the money goes to the people that help blow the case. I don't sign deals like that, mate, but you obviously were prepared to. Whatever's going on, I don't know, but I believe that you've got paid out by Stephen McCullah. Your own words condemn yourself, so knock yourself out, you idiot. And Cindy, you're blocked on Telegram. I never want to speak to you ever again. Keep producing videos if you like. Go and listen to her last one and tell me if you believe anything she says, okay? And yeah, that's basically me. This video has gone on far too long, 1 hour and 22 minutes, but I've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed listening to my rant, and this is the end. How do we go? This way? The end. Number 8. The next video I do on Stephen McCullah will be when he's in the newspapers. Watch the newspapers. And I'll say goodbye to all my friends and family. The Love Boat. That's cool. Hey, remember, do hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the bell and you'll be notified when new videos come out. And the other one is go to my website, deheck.com. And if you've got any stuff, I've currently got 34 people that have lost $375,000 to Luna One. Those, less one, which is Sultan, are all willing to testify against Stephen McCullah in court. So if I do get dragged into court, don't think so, but if I do, I have 33 people that are willing to testify in court that they were scammed by Luna1, a company that is owned by Stephen McCullah. And I've got proof of that because he sent me a cease and desist letter, and I've never heard anything back. And if Cindy, if you really do think that the New Zealand Law Society has a Telegram group and they use it for correspondence and the public can go along and look at it, then you really need to question what's between your ears. I'm sure you squeak when you walk. All right, so that's me. I think I'm done my dash. All the best, and I'll see you. Please check out my other videos. You might be interested in what else I'm working on at the moment. Have a great day. Oh, and if you wouldn't mind, I'd love a cup of coffee. On my website, there's a cup of coffee. Click on it. Buy me a cup of coffee. Makes all this hard work worthwhile. I've had 11 coffees so far. How about that? All right, see you guys.